All right, so this is the kids' lunch. It's got yogurt and blueberries, bananas, and French toast. Yeah, you want a video of yours too?
Yeah. Thumbs up. The old double thumbs up.
Thank you all so much for joining me. We are going to start out with an egg-free, dairy-free sheet pancake recipe. So I'm going to start out with 3 cups of our homemade oat milk. Feel free to check that recipe out on my channel. And I then added 1 cup of applesauce and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Look how pretty that vanilla is in this oat milk. I'm going to mix those 3 ingredients up while I add my 8 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. I'm using coconut oil. You can use butter or any kind of oil or fat that you have. And then I'm going to go in here with about, I would say, a 1/4 cup of rolled oats. I'm just doing that to beef up this recipe just a little bit. You can see back there we've got some frozen blueberries on the counter we're going to add later on to jazz it up even more for the kids. So this recipe is specifically for my dairy-free, egg-free daughter. And that's why we're making this recipe the way that we are. So on top of our wet ingredients that are all mixed together, we're going to add 4 cups of all-purpose flour. You can use fresh milled soft white wheat berries, 4 cups of those, or you can use just regular organic all-purpose flour. You can use whole wheat if you want to. Then I'm going to go in with about 6 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 heaping teaspoon of Redmond's real salt. I always share with you guys, I have a Redmond's real salt link down below in this video's description. You get free shipping on orders over $30. I like to buy the 10 and 25 pound bags of salt. It works out really well for my family and it's a great price on a delicious salt, mined in the USA. We then go in with 4 tablespoons of organic sugar and give everything a nice mix up. So once all of these ingredients are gently incorporated, then that's when we'll fold in the blueberries. So this is just going to be a little bit of a thicker batter, and we're going to bake this in the oven at 350 degrees. So behind me, my oven is getting preheated. It's nice and warm. You do want to make sure your oven is preheated. And these are going to bake anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. I ended up baking this for 22 minutes in my oven, and it was the perfect amount of time. And this is enough to fit on a large baking sheet. My baking sheet is 16 inches by 11 inches. So I'm going to gently fold these blueberries in while scraping down my bowl. The reason why I'm not using my whisk is because the blueberries get stuck in the whisk. These aren't small blueberries. These are very plump blueberries. So we just fold them in with our spatula, and that works really well for me. I only recently started using parchment paper since baby 5 was born, and it has helped me with my cleanup and just made my life overall much easier since his birth. I've never been a fan of the non-stick sprays just because of some of the ingredients in them and the way that they're processed. It's just not healthy for us to use the non-stick sprays. So parchment paper, and if you can find the unbleached parchment paper, is an excellent non-toxic way to have some anti-stick on your pans. It just makes cleanup so much easier, and I appreciate that as well. Of course, you can use a grease or a fat on your pans as well to create a non-stick surface. But again, that's another thing that tends to stain these lighter color pans, and I just prefer using parchment paper. When I need to, in my cake pans and things like that, I will use lard. But most often I will use coconut oil because we have a child that's allergic to mammal products. So coconut oil is our go-to fat these days, and that's why you saw that I used it in place of butter for this sheet pancake, and it works really well in baking. We use coconut oil for nearly all of our baking applications. This is the finished pancake, and it was in there for 22 minutes. I'm gonna slice into it and give the kids big pieces slathered in. Hagen's gonna have vegan butter and the other kids are gonna have butter. And then all the kids are gonna have some delicious homemade strawberry and marionberry that we canned up last summer. So it's a preserve that we made and it's delicious on our baked goods. The kids really like it. Okay, so every morning I eat the same thing. This is ground beef. It's either ground beef, ground elk, or deer, or some kind of red meat. But I do red meat and I do rice. This is the last bit of my rice, so I'm going to cook all that up. And then Aaron's coming in with some eggs. So we do the meat, the eggs, and the rice, and that's my breakfast every day. And yes, I'm carnivore based, but I still eat rice and I eat fruit. A lot of fruit and very limited vegetables. I just throw it all into the skillet and scramble it up, so I'll show you what that looks like. My secret to non-stick cast iron is if you buy a new cast iron pan, you might want to take a sander to it and just try to get the grain of the pan more smooth and more even. I know a lot of those newer or off-brand cast iron pans can have little differences in the surface, which can tend to make them a little less smooth for that non-stick surface to have things slide around. But after you do that, you want to make sure every time you use your pan that you're using adequate fat in it and that you are cleaning your pan afterwards and re-seasoning it. So sometimes if nothing sticks to the pan, I just wipe out the cast iron pan with a paper towel and it's ready to go for the next time. But more often than not, I will rinse it underneath of water immediately, dry it. You do not want to leave your cast iron pan with spots of water on it. You want to dry all of that immediately so that it doesn't get rusty. Next, you place it back on your stove, and with a oiled rag, you wipe the pan out, you coat it in oil again, and usually my pan is still warm at that point, and it's fine because it's already been seasoned really, really well. So I just need to coat it in oil again before, after I dry it and before its next use. Look at that beautifully seasoned pan that no eggs stuck to. That's how you do it. All right, another day, another meal. We've got this beef rump roast that we got from a friend's cow a while back. This is not my address, so y'all stop freaking out about it. When I post things that have addresses on them, trust me, I'm not posting my address. It is somebody else's address. Anyways, we're making this delicious rump roast. I'm gonna sear it all the way around. I'm gonna remove the plastic and then sear it in my Instant Pot. I'm gonna throw some carrots and onions and things in there with it and let it slow cook. It's gonna be delicious. I've got some questionable potatoes here, but we're gonna cut off those sprouts and we are going to peel them anyways and see if we can cook them. Hopefully they're not completely bad, but I have those from Azure Standard. I bought a 50-pound bag and I just haven't been able to get through them. Anyways, we're gonna try to get through those today. And then I have some carrots here that need to be peeled and used up. They're starting to sprout as well. Maybe I can replant some of those that are sprouting out the top. And then I've got some fresh carrots. So we're gonna get this together. Onion, good stuff, let's go. Here we have some lard. So I'm just gonna put this lard in there and get this pan greased up to singe and sear my beef, my beefy beef. You always want to sear your roast like this. Get some brown on them on the outside. It's not going to cook all the way through, but you just want to brown it a little bit. That brown is going to, and all the brown in the bottom, that's going to add so much flavor and deliciousness to this pot roast. All right, so this is the beef. I got to cut the strings off of it. This is the delicious. There's carrots way down in the bottom and onions and yummy stuff. So I'm going to salt and pepper this a little bit more for the kids. And then they can have this and this and this for dinner. I don't know if I'm gonna shred this up or slice it thin. It might be overcooked, but my goal was to tenderize it, but I don't know if that happened. All right, I got my dishwasher going, and this is some leftover strawberry marionberry jelly jar, preserve jar. So what I'm doing is adding some olive oil, some apple cider vinegar. You can use white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar. And this is gonna make a vinaigrette, a berry vinaigrette for a salad that I wanna have. Tonight is, I probably shouldn't do this, I'm gonna regret it, but I'm gonna have a cheat meal. I'm gonna have some beluga lentils and the mung beans that we've been making. I put some sriracha on this, and I had some greens. I also had some of the beef stew potatoes. The family is eating something else tonight, so I'm having like a hodgepodge of leftovers. Got some elbow macaroni pasta. We bought this in a 10-pound bulk bag, and I'll probably grab another 10 pounds sometime soon and fill this bucket up because pasta lasts for a really long time. That went well.
If you can sit from where I'm sitting, you can't see the camera, right? So you just like walk around and like, yeah, I got some macaroni pasta. And I'm like,
You thought I was talking to you?
yeah, I'm like, I didn't know how to react. And then I saw the corner of the tripod. I thought she was like, because you like tap the bag too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I got this macaroni pasta, tap. I'm like, cool.
Kids all right? Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's not easy. Come on now. Looking for my marker. Now I'm going to write exactly what is on this. I drew a little picture of a macaroni noodle, and I wrote pasta because I'm going to be putting in some other containers of pasta in there. I put in some spaghetti boxes because that bucket still had some room in it. Now I'm just going to quickly clean up this work area where I've been putting some food away. When I need to clean up a space quickly, I reach for this Oriamo stick vacuum. It has a high-powered hurricane suction, and it mounts right here on the wall with its charging station, where it also houses all of the multiple tools that come with this stick vacuum. We have 7 people in this home that create messes all day long, so having a battery-powered cordless stick vacuum has been a game changer. I can quickly and efficiently clean up multiple areas of the house without having to deal with a cord and lugging around the big heavy vacuum that really puts a lot of strain on my shoulder. This one is lightweight and convenient, and it always stays charged on its charging port, ready to go. Okay, this is just my lemon juice, honey, and Redmond's real salt. So that is what I like to drink, especially on days when I use the sauna. And today I'm gonna hop in the sauna. So this is the drink that I drink while I'm in the sauna. So I'm rehydrating myself, and it's a big 32-ounce jar of water. That's what I drink for the hour that I'm in the sauna. Okay, we're gonna make some deer stew. Time to use this up. So just going through the pantry stuff and using up what needs to be used. We're also going to add some extra potatoes because all the kids love potatoes and I need to work through them. And we're going to make some rice with our chicken stock, and I share this with you guys a lot on my channel, but it's just 2 cups of chicken stock to 1 cup of rice. We use sushi rice, and this chicken stock also ends up being like really creamy. So you need, water would be good, and that would cook your rice properly. 1.5 cups of water to 1 cup of rice, but I do 2 cups of chicken stock when I do that. So I'm gonna do 6 cups of liquid and 3 cups of rice, and that feeds my family for about 2 to 3 days with rice. the kids are going to have this navy beans and ham that I canned up back in October. And then Hagen's going to have lentils and curry mung beans and rice. But the kids that can have pork are going to have this. So the kids are having ham, beans, and rice, and the ham has some like carrots and stuff in it, but they've been eating fruit all day, so we don't really push the produce at mealtime so much because they eat so much produce all the rest of the day. And then we've been buying some beef hamburger from a local farm. It's grass-fed and finished and all that delicious stuff. It's amazing. So we're gonna cook this up with some just plain salt. That's how Aaron and I eat. I'm gonna have mine with some rice. I just now ate a bunch of fruit. So that's my dinner basically. After I put the meat away, I rinsed my pan out with some hot water and dried it immediately with a hand towel and placed it back on the burner. And we're just putting some coconut oil in here right now so that this pan can just get re-seasoned and ready for the next time I need to use it. A few months back, I purchased these pancake and waffle mixes from the grocery outlet. And so today is the morning. It's the weekend, and we have a birthday today and a lot going on. I'm sure you probably hear it in the background. So I'm just gonna make, apparently we opened up 2 and didn't finish 1, but I'm gonna go ahead and make some of these pancakes for the kids for breakfast this morning. Super simple. It has powdered eggs in it already, and we just add water, and then Hagen can have her waffles or some toast and a piece of sausage or whatever she wants for her breakfast. You found it? Yeah. Good job. It was on the table. Last summer I made some rhubarb barbecue sauce and we've been loving it on chicken, so I'm going to air fry these drumsticks. Alright, we're still plating up the plates with some grapes, but this is the chicken that we made in the air fryer. I never really trusted the air fryer, but since making this video I have stopped using it because of the toxins. Buffalo Wild Wings has nothing on homemade wings. What? Amazing. Melon, you want some? Yep, that's yours right here in the bowl. You want to split? I'm also gonna boil some eggs this morning. Annika, you want some melon? Yeah. Okay, get yourself. See, are there any little bowls in that cabinet right there? Yes, ma'am. I'm also going to patty up some of this deer sausage meat. It's been in the freezer for quite a while and I'm just working through it. So lately I've been trying to work through, I guess it's kind of a delayed pantry challenge because you guys saw everything crazy that was going on in January and February. And so it's March now and we have been having so many meals from the pantry and from the freezer. I share my grocery hauls with you, and those are just kind of things, you know, to fill in the gaps and, you know, a few ingredients and this and that. But the meals, the primary bulk of the actual meals have been coming from our freezer and pantry stash. So I'm working through all of that stuff, and it's been a relief to start rotating and getting through some of the things that we've had on the shelf for, you know, more than a year or two. Things that have been in the freezer for over 2 years that need to be moved out, things like that. So we're just trying to be wise financially and use up the things that we have and try to minimize how much we're spending at the grocery store. I'm definitely still recovering from all of our grocery store hauls. My goodness, I just cannot believe the prices these days. So I feel very blessed that we have enough food in our home to feed our family and to feed them well and to feed them healthy foods. What a blessing it is to be able to hunt in the fall and fill our freezers with things like deer sausage and elk meat and all of the good stuff that comes from the earth. We definitely don't take it for granted, and we are so thankful to our friends that continue to give us deer and elk and the meat that they themselves can't eat all of. We are fortunate to be blessed in that way as well. I opened up the dishwasher to grab out the black plates, but now I'm just going to take a minute to unload the whole entire dishwasher because why not? And all these dishes are still covered in water, so we're just going to get this out of the way, because I know as soon as the kids are done eating breakfast, I'll have an empty dishwasher so that I can just put all their dishes, or they can put all their dishes into the dishwasher. It's going to streamline the rest of my day. I always try to get the dishwasher unloaded first thing in the morning. If I don't do it, Aaron does it, and vice versa. So this morning I happened to be the person to get to the dishwasher first because I needed black plates to serve this breakfast on. And that's just how it worked out. But most mornings I'm pleasantly surprised when I come out in the morning and the dishwasher's empty, and it's amazing. So that's a blessing to do that first thing in the morning. We've got the sausages are all ready. The eggs are just about ready. And then I'm going to crack into a loaf of bread that I baked last night. I always bake my bread in the evening if we need to, and then it cools and I bag it up. And there's the rest of that kitty cat bread from the last video that you guys saw. My bread, it kind of sunk down. Anyways, you'll have to watch that video for the kitty cat explanation. So I'm finishing up with that loaf of bread, and then we're going to break into the new loaf and get all of these kids some fresh toast so that they can fill their bellies up, and that's what we're after. We're going to be putting some delicious strawberry and marionberry jelly on this toast. Hagen's going to have her vegan butter, and the other kids are going to get some nice golden delicious European style butter on their toast, and that's how we're doing it up this morning. So I'm going to serve up these plates to the kids, and as I get their toast done, I'm serving them their breakfast. And that's it, you all. That is what we ate this week, the various meals, the various breakfasts. I tried to film as much as I was in the mood for filming, and that's what I was able to get together for you. So I hope you got some ideas from this, some simple ways that you can nourish your family. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye!